All right, y'all, there it is. Took it for a test drive, cruising down the road. I didn't get in it much, but I'll take a turbo V6 over LS any day. The way this car is right here, man, this car is perfect. Out of all the cars I've done, this, that, whatever, this would be the one right here. But I'm gonna check the tire pressure, because normally everybody be putting them at 40 pounds. I mean, it doesn't rot bad, but you can feel that it's on the pipes back there. So he gets the pipes taken care of, it'd be good. But the tires might be a little stiff. They probably got them up like a 40. But so the front is a 450 spring, like I said, double adjustable QA1s, and the front I have at 5 and 4, 5 on compression, 4 on rebound. The back you can't tell, but I got the back at 3 and 2. But you can't tell because I was riding the thing off. So, anyways, there it is. I tried to call, there wasn't no answer. But yeah, very, very light pull to the right, which normally old schools, I mean, very, 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 very light. So, steering wheel is pretty straight, pretty damn straight for not having a machine, a laser machine. But we still got to put the Pro Forge components on there, full steering components on Pro Forge. We'll do that when he gets that stuff. But the car is cool. I think it's still got to go back to get some tuning or something. Oh, it's got a exhaust leak. But like I showed you guys that exhaust, you can see bottom. But the cross pipe that goes across the bottom, there's a clamp. And then somebody tried to silicone it or something. There's some orange silicone in there. But like the bolts, for it being a stainless steel exhaust, all them bolts with them clamps and bolts, the bolts should be stainless steel, but they're not. They're that zinc shit. I think one of them is stripped out. But anyway, that's not my business. Alright, y'all, Bankroll 10 bedded up. I'm out. I'm gonna put this video up. Alright, there it is. Went down one hole in the back on the coilovers, the gold brackets, and there was a little rub mark on the back corner of this toe. Very, very light. So when I put the wheels back on it, all the adapters and stuff, the shims that were on there, I put a 5mm, or maybe it said 8mm shim on both back wheels because of where the rub was, probably from an incline or, you know, going to a gas station and driveway turning. But I know this car cleared before with a 1/2 inch of spacing on the back with this wheel. So now with the 8mm, 5mm, whatever, boom, it should be fine. And then the car is, like, again, the car's going to get sounds put in it, so the trunk's going to get done. I think there's going to be a battery back there, stuff like that. So I had to go down a little bit more. The front right now is actually, it's staying up. I mean, well, we just had the ass end jacked up. We had the jack stands in front of the rear tire, and hung the rear end, so then the weight kind of lifted. We started it, turned the steering wheel back and forth a couple times. Battery got changed, but it just looks like the wheels are, you know, cambered a little bit. Anyways, yeah, 7-inch look. Like I said, these fenders ain't pulled out all dumb. But yeah, it's got some camber to it, which maybe the front end just hasn't settled yet. So it doesn't need to be test drove. Dude's coming to get it anyways. We should be here any minute. But yeah, he's had it paint correction. Obviously keeps it clean as hell. I think he's doing a new top too, but I do believe he's talking about painting it, maybe putting a pearl over it or something. But now you can see those wheels. What's it say on the back? It says rose gold over chrome is what it says on the back. So what they were last time, or if they were last time, or maybe the shade was just too dark last time and now it's the lighter shade that he wanted. I don't know which way that stuff goes, but we've all seen it. If you pay attention to a lot of cars, you'll see maybe in the golds and stuff like that. You hear a lot of people talk about it too, from one set of rims to the next set of rims, depending on how the coating, you know, however it's dipped. You know, who knows how much was in that bath at that time when the plate went in there. I don't know. I don't do wheels and stuff. So, but chrome and this and that, and obviously with candy paints and stuff, and you put a silver base down, you make the paint brighter. You put a gold base down, you make it deeper or some shit. Darker the base, the darker the lighter, obviously. But anyways, there it is. It looks good. It looks real good. 7-inch lip. 24s. Again, no mini tub. Obviously, when I say no mini tub, it's no mini tub. I didn't mini tub it. I tap, 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 tap on the tub, tap, 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 smooth it out. You can see the videos on that too. But you can't do a 7-inch lip without narrowing. So when I say no mini tub with 7-inch lips, you know I mean there's still a narrow. You have to narrow because how deep the rim is. So again, 24 by 10, 11 inches overall, a 7-inch front barrel, a 3-inch back barrel, and then how it spreads out makes it 11 overall. But by 10 fits right up underneath there. You see how low it is? Quarter rail frame notch in the back, and then I notched in front of the back tire, which that video shows that too. All right, y'all, I'm outies. Bet that up, y'all. I'm gonna try to keep these videos going. I'm out. All right, check it out. She done. This 30-degree day, windy. Had to wait for this, I had to wait for that, I had to wait for this. Had to deal with the cold. Anyways, it's all through the video. Part 2. But yeah, so it's up under there. Got 31 3/4 is the measurement from the ground up in the back. The back tires are a little low. I hope it's not getting all this damn wind because I don't have a mic yet. But like I said, my work's not perfect. The anti-roll, the links, as the links went down to the housing, I got them off just a little bit to the left, so it doesn't bother me to show you because, so if you look at, I mean, it's not even that bad. But if you look at the left link right there, you see from the top to the bottom, it goes out just a little bit. Coilovers are straight up and down, but that link, it looks worse than it does on camera. Let's see, if you're trying to line it up with stuff. I mean, it's probably, the left one is off. They're probably off possibly a 1/4 inch to the left. Well, I don't know when it paused, but it paused. I didn't even know you could pause it on a video, so I don't even know what you guys heard, what you didn't hear. The anti-roll links are just a little off to the left compared to the anti-roll. Not a big deal. Both links move fine. You know, you twist it in the hype joints, move fine. But But yeah, 31.5 inches in the back from ground up. The front is 33 inches from the ground up. The front brakes, everything's bled. The front brakes are just a little tight. I got rid of the backing plates because the backing plates didn't clear, and the backing plate goes behind the hub. So I was able to space the hub out a little bit. I know they make shims for it, and I had some at my Plainfield shop, and they're probably still on the wall. But I shimmed them out a little bit, and I shimmed the caliper. But when you bolt the wheel on, it made it a little tighter. So the caliper clears. Caliper totally clears. You know, it's not like the caliper scraping the rotor or anything. It's just the front brakes are a little tight. Obviously, it's all brand new too. So you got the brand new pads. But you can see, you know, they're rubbing in. So most likely, is what it is the hub is in more, which is making the front pad tighter to the rotor. Just, you know, by what, a 16th maybe? Someone picked that apart, but I didn't have to tell you guys that. I just keep it real, keep 100. You know, these other shops won't even show you pulling the car in and out. Someone just show you a quick little movement of the car. This is got that big turbo on it. It's a brand new motor. I don't want to run it for too long. I know it's not tuned. I can't drive it up and down the street. I know it's got to go back to the machine shop or the engine builders, which is All Out Speed in Illinois, up by Chicago. I forget the town that they're in. But yeah, anyways, no sounds in the back. There's still a good 2 inches of shock stroke on the back. Again, it was a very tight fit back there to get that to work, but everything clears. So once he puts the sounds in it, it is squished down just that little bit more. But I mean, you can tell. Look at my driveway. My driveway goes down that way, and it's got a little squat to it. You know, maybe it's just the wheel wells making it look that way. But all right, y'all. You know what? I don't know when it paused. Let me jump back underneath this back real fast, just so I know. Now you guys see my fat ass be moving around. They're gonna remount the trans cooler. That was the best I could do with it because it's not my stuff to mess with. The fan's not even hooked up for it. But the link goes down. I'm about a 1/4 inch off on the rear end to the left compared to the top. That one shows more, but you guys probably don't even see it. Coilovers, they are basically straight them down. I put the tops out just a little bit on this one. But anyways, oh man, you guys hear my knee crack? All right, y'all, it's 30 degrees out here. That's it. Trailblazer SS, 7-inch lips, 26 by 9, 10 overall. Got plenty of room behind it. So by 11 3-piece wheel would go on here, and you'd have more tire to the back. So if you're gonna go racing and stuff like that, you want it to hook, you want to get more tire to the ground. That bird. All right, y'all, that's it. Bankrolls in, bedded up, Trailblazer SS. Took it down the street, like 2,500 RPMs at safety. Ran out of gas, put a little bit of gas in. See if it doesn't sputter. First, second, third. Shifter's got the lightning rods in it. Button's a little sticky. It rides good as hell down the road. Sounds good as well. Put it in first. He's not getting in it that hard. Being cautious. Put it in second. Hey! Oh, a rock just hit the building. But you heard it start to come alive? But yeah. So debating on whether should have put a it had 373 in it when I thought it had a 342. But the 430, between a 430 and a 410, I mean, power wise, we took a valve cover off because it was leaking, and it doesn't even have roller rockers on it, so it's just a 383. Brake torque it a little bit. He's not getting in it. He is definitely not getting in it. It's a little cold out here. Alright, there it is, it's done. Alright, y'all, there it is right there. The man came to pick it up. Got the stamp that he wanted. Got everything gone over. Everything squared up. Everything worked out good. We got some little shims on the back wheels right now. Because the hub doesn't fit the axle. Whoever ordered the axles, they ordered with the center hub being bigger, so the Winwood brakes, you know, don't have that little step spacer that goes on there for the center board. So the rotor goes directly on the axle, so the axle hub is too big for the wheel. So we ran a set of 5/16 spacers on it. But yeah, it's fine. He's gonna have the hubs of the wheel machined to fit. It's not that big of a deal. It's got 5/8 studs on it. Yeah, it's running. It's a little cold out here today. Got it running. Tie it, set it down. I'm gonna take it down the street, just cruise it, see what it does. He's got his laptop hooked up to it. Gotta sit on that crate. Well, yeah, I finished it later last night. Had to make the brackets for the sway bar to both of the car sides. So I took the 3/8 ones, cut the 3/8 tabs off, welded the half inch tabs down there. Because the other ones didn't show up in time, or they still haven't showed up. Or they might be in the mailbox today, or Saturday. But yeah, there it is, y'all. Bankroll 10 bedded up. Go on IG. Old Mr. Wilson and Mr. Bone on a budget. You'll see the car on their stuff. He's not gonna get out of there, no. Maybe. Wow. You guys get to see it. The brakes ain't even moving. Alright, y'all. There it is. Bye-bye. Alright, y'all. Bedded up, bedded up. I am done with it. Just took some pictures of it out here. Told y'all I'd let you hear it. Got a little chop chop. I got nobody else here, or else I'd have somebody drive it. Up and down the driveway, go on the driveway. done. Alright, y'all. Here we are at the end of the video. I'll try to block this wind. As you can see, the ass end of the truck is lower than what it was. The rear end is all squared up. The four-link does have a little bit of play in it, side to side. That's what the four-link. So you can see my coilover setup. Or, well, you know how I set it up. Straight up and down. Shock tabs on top. Corrected the track locator, pan hard bar, track locator, whichever one you call it. Put a little paint around the areas that I worked on. Some gloss, because everything was gloss underneath here. I thought it was painted, but it was a powder coat. So, got that funky smell when you start grinding on it, and that funky smell when you start welding. Oh yeah. There we go. We are up and rolling. I'll take it and drop it off. As you can see, the truck is sitting level. Where before, was it the left side? No, the right side was higher than the left side in the back. The truck measures the same in the front, and now it measures the same in the back. So depending on how you park it, if you're parking on a little bit of an incline, stuff like that, you'll see the ass end. One side will look lower than the other because there's no anti-roll on this one. With that four-link setup on there and those brackets, I'd have to order a billet anti-roll, and it'd have to be unwelded. And then I'd have to figure out exactly where I'd put it, and it would be pretty narrow because of how narrow those coilovers are apart. But she cool. She look good. Well, alright y'all, I don't want to give you a big long ass video for y'all to just skip through and skip through. I'd rather get to the point of shit. So there it is. Square body. I guarantee I brought that ass end down about 1.5 inches at least, which makes the truck look way better. Before in the grass, the video in the grass right here, like you could see the tire on the back. Now you can't see the tire. But alright y'all, Bankrol Tim, I'm out. Alright y'all, here we go. This is after work. After I did the work. Like I said, I didn't get the video of before work, which whatever, it doesn't matter. Like I said, they got that bigger tire on there, 295/30/24. The truck is sitting level in the back now. The bed though, the bed itself in that back left corner is like, the bed is up. But measuring from the frame to the ground and from bottom of wheel opening to the ground, that comes up the same, you know, same numbers. But again, that is a 22 on the front and a 24 on the back. Just got the 3/8 anti-roll. That was one I had laying around that we had upgraded somebody's car or something. Or actually, it might have came off the candy orange Chevy because we updated that one when I updated the rear end. But anyways, anti-roll on the back. It's a truck. Doesn't have a lot of weight back there. The side to side, I don't see, you know, like I said, only box Chevys I seen breaking the 3/8 anti-roll. We got Joe and Joe running around out here all crazy.
I'm 7 years old by then.
What's that?
I'm 7.
Oh yeah, she's 7 now. But yeah, so let me slide my. Now after I get down on the ground, y'all, and then I get back up, you guys are gonna see that I'm a fat ass, and that's why I started breathing that. Alright. So there you go. You can see the new cross member across the back. Went to the rear end bracing that we did years ago. This truck we originally did in 2020. But yeah, it was a cheap ass 4-link setup.
But Viking coilovers, 250 springs, 10-inch coilovers. So that's a C217. It's got the G-body front calipers, the brake kit on the back. I forget what the rotor is. I think the rotor's some Camaro or something. But pinion angle's good. Anti-roll is nice and level, plumb, whatever else you want to call it. Sits good. Just by backing it out of the shop, I could feel the ass in. Like this truck before felt like it went sag, lean, twist, whatever. We're just backing it out right there and feeling it go over the bumps. The ass end is planted straight. Yeah, let me slide. See if there's enough light for this. So, the new lowers. Trying to get the pinion. Shit. The pinion, if I'd have to guess, it's probably a -1 degree. It might even be at 0. But in the air, it looked like it was negative like a motherfucker. But set it down, checked it, went back up. I already had everything squared. I had to have the rear end squared in order to put the anti-roll on it. You know, people out there weld tabs on and don't have the rear end square, and then when they set the car down, shock tabs too, I've seen that before. Set the car down and then you straighten out the rear end, and then the one coilover's leaning, the other one's straight up and down. Yeah. But yeah, this truck has been driven hard since 2000. I mean, it was put away for the winters, but it was driven hard. Lots of donuts, one tire fires, shit like that, peel outs, whatever. But yeah. Alright, y'all. Well, that's all I really got for the OBS. It's got all the billet accents inside, the steering wheel, the dash, the light things. It's got an iPad in it now. But nice truck, clean truck. You wanted me to lower the back some, but how I did it, it got the back to go a little bit lower. I told him if you change the back tire back to the 295/25 tire, because you know look how small the front is compared to the back. But we could drop it back down. We could drop it down some more, but rear end to bed clearance is very close. I think it was 4 inches in the air, and we know the coilovers go in about 2 inches at ride, so there's only about 2-inch clearance from the top of the pumpkin to the bed. So if you go any lower, you go down the road, hit a bump, you know, bang bang. I told him that the bed would need to be notched, which you can buy that kit, the tub kit. I mean, it could use tubs because that's a tight ass fit. I think you can only put maybe a half a finger. Well, you can't get your finger up this side, but in the back you could get just a finger up the back side. And there's rub marks and all that stuff from before when it was leaning, and the rear end was actually this way about 1 inch. So I straightened that up, moved it that way, squared it all up, plumbed it all up, bam. But all right, y'all. I forget this one. I think this is a 97. I think it's a 97 truck. So yeah. Been wet sanded, buff, this and that. You know, it's got chips and shit in it. Original paint job. Pretty sure it's original paint job. But it's a nice truck. And you know, that's a 8-inch lit back wheel. Cousin billet, you know, 24 by 10, 11 overall, 2.5 backspace, 8-inch lit. But all right, y'all. There we go. Bankrol 10. I'm out. All right, y'all. There it is. Got the back wheel tucked underneath there a little more, meaning side to side. Underneath there more. Gonna give it the appearance that it's, you know, tucked more. Frame notch in the back. I painted it and all that. Painted the whole frame rail again. Had to re-Loctite the studs in the back because the right side, a couple of studs were twisting in. is dirty now from the grinding and all that. Yeah. We're gonna go drop it off. Test drive on the way. So it had the two 3/16 shims on the back wheel. Now it doesn't have any. The driver's side rim back up in the air. When you would rotate the wheel up in the air freely, one little eighth of the rim was like rough. So the barrels are probably just not true in the back. But if it ends up doing it more, which it won't, because up in the air is when it's closer to the frame. When it's down like that, obviously it's 2-3 inches away from the frame. So, alright y'all, there it is. The street's real busy. Could have my son drive it up and down the street, but it's all good. Headed up, Bankroll 10. Another video for y'all with a whole lot of info. Peace. Front yard pimping. Cutlass. G-body. What they say, G-body or nobody. That's all right. Set that up. All right. There it is. It's done. A little windy out here, so hopefully I'm blocking this mic good enough. But brakes are all bled out. We had to get the little piece for the master cylinder, that little adapter rod that goes in the back. Put that on there. We think we got a brake booster problem. It's got brakes, but the pedal feels goofy. And we're seeing marks where it's not totally broke in yet. Pan, the backs are broke in. You know, the even line on the rotor, which these didn't have the powder coat on them. But yeah, this has got a master cylinder. That's a 1-inch bore master cylinder. The Willwood. And the description of it shows. Try to get out of this wind. That, or it says, that this master cylinder can be used with the 1-inch bore and a 1.10 stroke. Can be used with manual or power brake applications. But if you use it for power brakes, which this thing has that power booster on here, which is a small one, you got to use that little rod, the aluminum rod in the back of it. So that wasn't in there, so we put that in there. Bled the brakes again, got a very little bit of air. But when you push the pedal, well, I guess I'm telling you about the master cylinder. The one that's underneath it, they got the 7/8 bore and the 15/16 bore, which are for manual brake applications only. Then when you go to this one's power or manual or power. So it says power booster or hydro boost. And then the next one up is an 1.1 bore, which is strictly power brakes, power assist. So if anybody doesn't know that, now you know it. I didn't know 100% of it, but years ago, I did a 67, well, a couple years back, 67 big block Chevelle 4-speed car, and we were having problems, and it was a manual brake car, I think. And then it got a booster put on it, and this and that, and the master cylinder, and this way, that way, and it took forever, and it ended up having the master that was a 7/8 bore, which wouldn't work with the power. So we had to get the bigger master and all this and that, and then we finally got brakes working on it. And that was with basically stock brakes on that car, or we put some Willwoods on the back. Maybe I did put Willwoods all the way around it. Just some basic, not this big stuff. But anyways, y'all, let me walk around the back of this car. I can show you. These pine trees, I can't stand dropping pine needles over them. So the car's got some pine needles in it. The owner was just here. he's gonna get dual diaphragm booster and stuff like that, but he's gonna do that stuff himself. Look at the position of that rotor, or I don't know why I keep saying that. Caliper. This wheel is a little bit farther back than that wheel right now because of how the body's built. So he's gonna have his guy do the work to that, and then the lower control arm just needs to be shortened a little bit. But it clears everywhere except for that little screw at the top. But you can see how it curves back. I'm not getting into the body stuff on this car. Alright, y'all. There it is. Chevelle. I'm done. Another pain in the ass kind of deal. Well, whatever. It is what it is. Alright, y'all. Cut that up. There goes him. I'm out. Alright, y'all. There it is. Missed a couple steps on the video, this and that, whatever. But the majority of it is there. A lot of people don't understand that these calipers have bleeders, top and bottom. A lot of people are saying I installed the calipers wrong and this and that. Off the shorts and off the reels and stuff like that. Somebody was saying about high performance, even high performance, oh this and that, blah, blah. But anyways, caliper can be put on either side, left or right. Bleeder on top, bleeder on bottom. Obviously, you know, air travels upwards, so you bleed the top bleeder. So this is the side, the adapter's on the back, adapter's on the other side, but this side has a 5/16. But anyway, that don't look too bad. Obviously, we know the kit was for 15-inch wheels and bigger. So he's putting 22s on it. He had some US mags and a pitcher. But anyways, the car rides and drives nice. The brakes work excellent. They work a little too good on the back. The first test drive that I did yesterday on it, I was cruising down a long ass country road out here, and I got on the brakes and the back wheels locked up. And I was like, oh shit. So it left like 8 foot, 10 foot of mark, something like that. So the ass in. So then I knew I had to bleed the front out some more. The front today had a little more air in there, so I got it out. But the problem is it put 2 little flat spots in the back tires. I didn't know the air pressure, they were like 25 pounds. So I just put 40 pounds of air in them. You know, they're stocks. They're showing some dry rot. They're showing like indentions. Like, see if I can find the one now. You can see there's a divot in the tire. This one, see? See that divot right there in the tire? So I don't know how to look up the date code on the tires. You can see the dry rot right here. So the tires are old as shit. They were probably sitting, so the flat spots were kind of probably already there. And then when I got on the brakes and it slid, it probably caught the flat spots. So it's got just a little bit of a thump, thump, thump when you first take off, but then it goes away. I mean, obviously the faster you go. But yeah, clean, clean, clean. I took the bricks, put them in front of the tires, took the jack, jacked it up a little bit in the back, had the car facing the other way, obviously. And you can see right here and right there, they're spinning the tires a little bit, trying to straighten out the flat spots. So, but yeah, there it is. Disc brakes all the way around. He knows everything with the car. We took it out to the car wash, test drive, testing the braking, all that stuff. Brakes work excellent. If anything, it probably needs a brake valve on the rear to turn the backs down some. The car is empty right now. There's nothing in the trunk. The car is a light ass car. I think if you looked up this car, even with the V8, I think it's probably only 3,100 pounds. So with nothing in the back, the ass and sitting that little higher, getting on the brakes and that much brake pressure, you know, it locked the backs up easy as hell. So like the pedal is real high, so we know we get pedal height from the rear brakes. So if you go down the road in an old school car like this and you just hit the brake pedal quick and hard at the top, it locks up the backs. But I was just cruising down the road. I mean, I was going pretty bad for this thing. And I just, you know, got on the brakes to test, and it locked up the back so easy, and I was like, oh shit. But stock 14s, this, that, whatever. Anyways, all right, but there it is. I'll get a couple pictures of it. It is running right now. Thing dude just cruises it, just straight cruises it. I took it down the road. I got it up to 70 the one time, and when I got back, you could smell the catalytic converter. So it's got one of those big ass old ones. It's probably, yeah, obviously the original 1979 converter underneath it. Catalytic converter, what I mean by that. I got to start explaining everything to the fullest, because people, just when you think people understand, people don't understand. But yeah, a couple more divots in this tire's almost like broken belts. This one has one too. So I mean, the tires are junk anyways. Whatever. All right, y'all. Bet it up, Bankroll 10. I'm on it. This one is done. I'll have to call the customer and have him come get it. I'm out. There it is. Put the grease on the anti-roll. Took care of that squeak. Like I said, this thing does have a LS in it. Got a nice dash. It's got the red lights for you hoes. Oh, for the hose. Something. For the hose. I thought I just had the pins on. Oh yeah, it does have halos. Oh yeah, there's some halos. But yeah, I'll do another final video of it tomorrow. But I'm about to call dude. Like I said, he's ready. I got his trailer in the driveway too, so he's gonna come get it. Oh, I got that lower arm on a hell of an angle, huh? Oh no, that's the box. That's the bracing on the mirror. Not down there. This one has lower than the other one, but yeah, it went down that inch. This was good. If the frame notch was better in the back, and like I said, with being able to adjust those uppers just a little bit shorter, then I can reset all that. Alright, y'all. Till tomorrow in the daylight for y'all to see it. Better. Be right back. Maybe we'll do some old shots tomorrow. Alright, y'all. Got it back together. Had the wife drive it, take it for a test drive. Went down the road. It was cruising 48 miles an hour on GPS on the phone, but the car don't have a speedo. The speedometer don't work. The tag don't work. None of that stuff works. So couldn't see at what RPM, what speed, what RPM, this and that. Couldn't see none of that stuff. But it wasn't screaming. I'd say it was easy, probably 1,800, 2 grand at, we got up to what, 48, 50 miles an hour. So. And the wind, it's one thing that sucks. I got to get me a microphone because the wind out here sucks. I'd be trying to cut my hand over the mic on the phone, but I think I'm doing good, and then when I listen to the video, it doesn't do that good, you know. But it's windy. It's calling for some rain and stuff out here. So, yeah. Let me see this artist. And those are floating caps, obviously. You can see they're sitting straight. So, I need to get break-in time on the rear end and then open it up. I might need to re-shim it. I don't know why it had that tight spot on those couple teeth. This would be the first gear ever that I've ever had that happen. I don't understand it. I was looking at the gear to see if it was dropped or anything like that. It didn't have no nicks in it, no. Because when I put the yellow grease on there, you could see that those 5-6 teeth just got real tight. So you hear a little bit of, just real little. 7.5, I'm telling you, man, 7.5s are terrible. You could have one that slap it together, not even care, and it turns out fine. You have one that you really try this and that, you double check everything, shim it, pull it apart, check the backlash again, put it back together, check it again. I've done so many, it's crazy. You know, everybody with the, why would you waste the time with a 7.5, all this, all that. I juiced it right here. I turned around, I juiced it, I think that might be, maybe not. But it was like, so it spun him, but I wasn't trying to romp on it, you know. But he should like that. I'm gonna give him a call here. See if he wants to come get it. Lights came on outside, so it's a little dark. Getting to be a little dark. We'll see. But yeah, there we go. G-body, 7.5, gear swap. I know I didn't show everything. But you know what? I never drove this car before at all. My son drove it when we first did it. There's a piece of tubing in the back quarter. We seen it from underneath. I was trying to get it out of the trunk, but I couldn't get it out because of the way the big ass kicker box is in there and the brace to the quarter. So I think it's rattling around in there a little bit. So I don't know what previous noise it had, but you know, you got to stay in the gas. It's going. The gas pedal's real tight. They got a high torque mini starter on it too, and the high torque mini starter needs to be re-shimmed. So it's got some noise there. And the trans, it's got that whining noise, unless it's got a gear drive in the motor. Unless it's got a gear drive in it, or that whining is the trans. But maybe he did tell me there's a gear drive in this thing. Sounds like a gear drive anyways. Let me see, let me start it up so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. He's going with a different motor anyway. He wants to put something in there with some pump. He's been asking me about some stuff, so G-body door shuts. Jar's one, a little tight. But yeah, I think that's his plan next, motor. He was talking about a big block, so I'll steer him the right way if he gets a big block. Nice little cam, nice little stall. But yeah, all right, y'all. Bankrol time. Bet it up. I'm 100% honest. Tell the truth about everything. Bet that up. All right, y'all. Check it out. There it is. Outside. Sitting good. We're gonna take it for a test drive right now. It should be all good except for that plate that's in the gearbox. So we'll find out. And like I said earlier, when I turned it around in the driveway, it had a good amount of turning, but very light rub in the front. But that's on those plastics like I was talking about. But yeah, he wanted it to be like the tire disappearing. Oh, there it is. The tire disappeared. Let's see how it rides with my big ass in there. Look at that short bed step side Chevy. Oh yeah. A lot of cool cars go by here all the time. Yeah. That wheel's a little bit to the right. That wheel's a little bit to the right. But all right, y'all. It Up Kustoms, Bankrol 10. And we out. guys a little bit of the sound of the car. Got that automatic shifter in there. If you don't have that shifter set right, it's hard to find reverse and stuff. So, you know, when you're in drive, you gotta be in drive to be able to pull the shifter up to go into park. Like I said, you know, I don't know exactly what the motor is. Small block Chevy. I don't think it's a 383. But got a nice little sound to it. Looks a little bouncy in the driveway, but when it goes down the road, it drove good. Except for that little bit of steering. But alright, y'all, there it is. Bankrolll 10. I'm out. Unless he wants to try to get it over. Alright, y'all, that's it. Bankrolll 10. I'm out. Alright, there it is, y'all. Set it up. 24 pounds. Anti-roll. Ladder bar. Cross member. Torque box brakes. 81 Landau. 9 dudes. Ooh, I just felt a couple raindrops. That sounds about to take it down the street back. I mean, obviously I know rides. Because I know it before. You know it before. Yeah. Ready to go. Call the owner. This trailer is sitting in the front of my driveway. He'll be able to come get it tomorrow. Alright. Yeah, get him to do a little drive, come back, something. Be right back. Alright, y'all. There it is. The battery was dead. Got it outside. Boom. Keep this camera close to me, trying to fight the wind. But yeah. Oh yeah. He did not want it lower than that. So it is a lot more than what it was. Alright, y'all. Bankrolll 10 bedded up. Now you can see what I mean about the anti-roll. Now the anti-roll is sitting good. 400 small block. All up on that bed. Booyah. Alright, y'all. Bankrolll 10, bedded up. We're gonna take it for a test drive. I'm out. I put a little soap and water on it, y'all. Soap and water. Got the well water out here, but I just rinsed it, walked around it, had the hose in one hand, just used some Dawn dish soap, and the paint ain't all that, you know what I'm saying, but cleaned it up. The end of that last little video clip, you heard the machine start up behind me because he realized I was outside, or had the car outside, He didn't know I was gonna wash it. I washed it out back behind the house where the sprinkler was going. But I figured the second I wetted it up, he was gonna start making a mess with the dirt again, making it all dusty. So the car came dirty, but it wasn't that dirty. There it is, y'all. Stock suspension. There's new springs in the back, and there's KYB shocks on it, and custom alignment. And yeah, Flacco gonna be happy. All right, y'all. I'm done. Audis. Watch out, little girl. The Malibu. Sitting good, looking good. Not stopping too good. Idle is too high if you mess with the screw. The next second, turn the wheel a touch to the left. Go too far. Right there. All right, so car's all measured out. Back's the same. I put the back Viking shocks. I put them at 5 and 3. Compression 5, rebound 3, or 4, I mean, 5 and 4. And in the front is a single adjustable QA1. They had them way up. I put them at 5. That's only single. But pushing the front end up and down, it's fine. The brakes were weak to begin with, and I had to put that brake line on. Then the bleeders wouldn't come out, so I heated them up and then tried to get them out, worked them back and forth. They broke off. Both bleeders broke off in there. They're probably the original G-body calipers that were on this car to begin with. So when you get on the brakes, it's got pedal height, or it doesn't have pedal height? It's got pedal height.
It's got height, it just has no pedal. It just goes
Okay, so height means the backs are doing something, but the fronts,
it feels like
to get the rest of the air out of the front, the calipers are junk. So I mean, the car was weak when I drove it out of the house garage and pulled it down here. So anyways, y'all, I just noticed that quarter was like a different, or maybe the door is different. Probably painted the door at a certain time. Anyways, I know this shit, other people don't know. But this looks good. Shit's good. You know, people are probably looking at it on the stands, the alignment plates, thinking the front was that high, but it's not bad at all. All right, y'all. Well, there it is. Done. I'll call him. Tell him. And then he can have somebody put some brakes on it. Bet that up. Audis. All right, y'all. There it is. I would have. Here comes the wind. I would have had. Damn it. All right. I would have had the final video. There's Jello Joe. I would have had the final video of it done yesterday, but when I called and talked to the owner, he said if I could lower the back. So I got the back down 1.5 inches and leveled it out. It does not have an anti-roll, but the car is a very clean car, as you can see on the video. Jello Joe saying what's up on the phone. But yeah, I think the stance is perfect now. I would have been able to go a little bit lower. You know, this car is tubbed and frame mounts in the back, but there's not enough shock stroke. So it would need a different shock in the back. That shock is the first time I've ever seen with that extension piece on the top. So if that wasn't there, this is a 200-pound spring on the back, a 12-200 QA1. So I guess if it was a 250, I would be able to come down a little bit more. If it was on with that shock, whatever that shock is, I don't know, it's QA1. But all right, y'all, there it is right there. Nice little quick video for you guys. And I forget what this one is, 83, I think he said. But yeah, the back was a 1/2 inch different from side to side. The back left was higher, but now it's at 27 from ground up in the back, and now that tire fills that wheel well. Good. So it looks good, y'all. But yeah, in and out, in and out. Now I gotta get time in on the Oklahoma colors. I gotta get those tubs fitted in there. So that's my plan. All right, y'all. Finger Tim, bet it up. I'm out. All right, y'all. I brought it out front to do this video, the final video, but the wind is blowing like crazy, so probably gonna hear all the wind noise. Still haven't got me a mic. Been dealing with too much BS, especially with this thing behind me. Anyways, 72 cutlass. Doctored up the frame notch in the back, made it so it clears. Fixed the power steering hose, bled the brakes, went over a whole bunch of stuff on it. It's all in the video, boom. But yeah, set the shocks. They're only single adjustable QA1, but they had no setting in the back. They were at 0. Put them up to a 4 or 5, forget. In the front, set it. Good looking car. Notice I'm not breathing that hard because I'm doing the walk around video first. Then I'll do all my pictures to where I'll bend up, down, up, down, up, down, take pictures, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, there it is, y'all. Got it up. Fun, fun, fun. Moved out here to get away from the bullshit and ended up with tons more bullshit from just one person. A crybaby ass neighbor. Just had code enforcement here today, and I gotta get compliance with this and that and blah, 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 compliant, whatever. Anyways, all right, y'all. Bet it up, bet it up. And as he says, the neighbor, bet it up, bitches. Fucking guy. Bet it up. Bankroll 10. I'm out. 72 cutlass, 24s, fat lips. You see it. Well, you guys are probably hearing the wind, but